Stop. Before you move to Myrtle Beach, you need to watch this video from beginning to end because I'm going to share with you 10 things that you need to know about moving to Myrtle Beach before you get here. These things are not normal for other parts of the country, and it's things that are going to be really important for you to know before you end up making the move down here to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So let's get started. And the first thing on that list is that here in Myrtle Beach, we do have seasonal weather. We, however, though, have more seasons than other parts of the country, and there are even parts of times of the year where those seasons don't know what they want to be. Let me explain a little bit more. So, in the springtime, we have great, amazing weather here where it can be beautiful weather, but it's also known as pollen season. We'll talk about allergies and pollen a lot more in a little bit, but allergy season is in the springtime. And there's days where it's going to be in the 70s to 80s, and then the next day it might be in the 30s, and then the next day in the 60s, and then the next day in the 30s. The weather doesn't really know what to do sometimes in the spring, and too many times people get excited when they get that first little warmth blast come into the area and they go, okay, great, let's run over to Lowe's, let's buy all our flowers, let's put everything in the ground, and well, then we have frost come again and everything gets killed. So be careful that you don't do that, number one. Next, then after we get through that, we hit regular spring. But regular spring is usually fairly small because it's not long after that we're going from the nice spring weather into summer. And then as we go through summer, it just gets hot. And we actually have then two seasons in the summer here. We have hot and hotter. And in addition to that, the humidity that we have here is absolutely miserable. Just expect if you walk outside in the middle of summer that within 2 to 3 minutes time, you're going to be sweaty. You're going to have it dripping down your face. If you have hair that frizzes, the humidity is going to make it poof way out and you're going to be able to have a nice big hairdo going on. But if you spent an hour flattening it, you're not going to be too happy about it. My wife, she does that a lot of times where she spends time flattening her hair, straightening it, getting all looking beautiful, and we leave out on that date and within 30 minutes, it's back fluffing out again and she gets frustrated. So be careful of that as well. We then have a fall where we have a little bit of cooler weather, but once again, it doesn't know, does it want to be 80 today or 30? And it's going to change back and forth before we get into our winter. Now, winters here is the main reason why people want to move because they're very mild. We don't have a lot of snow. We might see one snowstorm every 2 to 3 years, and that's about it. But the weather here can be a little crazy at times, and so that's why I put it as the number one thing on our list today. The second thing on our list is lack of pro sports. Myrtle Beach doesn't really have any large sports teams that are pro. We do have the Myrtle Beach Pelicans where you can catch some baseball, and they're great games and all, but it's not like going to a major league game. I grew up in Reading, Pennsylvania, right outside of Philadelphia. Hence why if you look over here on my shelf, I have a little Eagles helmet. Go Eagles. We're going to win it all this year. I have a feeling. I'm feeling good about it. If you're an Eagles fan, drop a comment down below and just say go Eagles. If you're not, don't leave a comment about it. I don't want to hear it. We're not going to get into that today. The Eagles are the best, and it's my channel. I get to say it. But Myrtle Beach has a lot of great things that it offers, but when it comes to pro sports, it just doesn't. It lacks. If we want to have a pro sporting event, we have to either travel north up to Charlotte, which is about 3.5 hours away, and there you can catch the Carolina Panthers play a football game, or you can catch the Charlotte Hornets play a basketball game, and you have that. Over to the west of us, we have Atlanta, where you can go and you can catch an Atlanta Falcons game. You can catch the professional soccer team there, and they play. You can catch the Hawks, and of course, you can catch the national champion Atlanta Braves. Go Braves, go. Yeah, sorry, I'm a Phillies fan, so I'm not going to be cheering for them either. But we have those that are optional right nearby. Now, what Myrtle Beach does offer is a lot of places, and since so many people are living here from out of the area, there are spots where you can go and catch your professional teams. If you're a big fan of the Steelers, up in North Myrtle Beach, you have Oscars. If you're a fan of the Cleveland Browns, you have Buffalo Wild Wings. And you can find all of those local spots here throughout the area to go and cheer on your team, watch the game with other fans of your same team. The third thing on our list is mosquitoes. Guys, mosquitoes can be a little bad here at times. Luckily, the county will go around and spray from time to time throughout the summer. In fact, I think at times the mosquitoes are so bad that they should really be called our national bird. they can sometimes be a little intense. And if you're outside for an extended period of time, you're gonna need to grab the bug spray and spray up, or find those buggy bands to put on your arms or something to repel away the mosquitoes, because they can get a little intense. And while we're talking about mosquitoes and insects, there are other crazy bugs that you're gonna find here in the area. One of which is the water bugs, or roaches as people say. And now my wife, she's not really scared or freaked out by many things, but those little roach things, every time she sees them, Jeremy, take care of it, because she doesn't want to. Spiders, she can handle those. Roaches, not so much. But do know, we do have all of those kinds of insects and critters here in the area. So you're gonna need to get your home treated on a somewhat regular basis, get it on a quarterly plan with one of the pest control companies to come around and check it all and take care of it, and then you won't have these issues. Or you can do like I do. I go over to Lowe's, I buy a container of bug spray and spray inside my house. I buy another one that hooks to my hose, and I go around the exterior of my home and spray the whole foundation down, soaking it really good. And that basically takes care of any bugs that we have. I do that every quarter, and I don't have any issues at my home. The fourth thing on our list is that Myrtle Beach really lacks when it comes to culture and history. There's not really a lot of history of this town. Why? Well, it's not that old, number one. It's not been around for hundreds and hundreds of years to have that deep, rich history like places like Charleston, South Carolina has, or up to the north of us in Wilmington. Those places are both within an hour or two drive of the Myrtle Beach area. So if you want to take a trip to a historic area and spend a time where you can learn about the history of things, go and check those two things out. But just know, here in the Myrtle Beach area, we don't really have a whole bunch of it. Instead, you gotta have to travel to see those types of things. The fifth thing on our list, which takes us to the halfway point, is hurricanes. Hurricanes are something that you're going to have to deal with here in the Myrtle Beach area. It is possible that we can have some rather severe hurricanes here in the area. Now, I've lived in the Myrtle Beach area since 1998, so I'm right now at just about 24 to 25 years of living here. During that time, we have had some severe storms that have come through the area, and some that have done some damage in the area. One of the most recent ones was Hurricane Florence. Hurricane Florence didn't give us damage from the actual hurricane. It was damage from the flooding that took place a week after the storm. So if we go back to the last hurricane to actually do damage here in the area, probably we'd have to go back to like Hurricane Bertha or Hurricane Floyd, which was back in the early to late 90s. So we do have hurricanes that do come through the area, and it's something you need to pay attention to. But it's kind of like snowstorms that you deal with in the Northeast. When we know that it's going to storm, when I lived up north, we would find out usually a week to two ahead of time that a storm is brewing, and there's a possibility that we're going to have snow and be stuck inside. So we had time to go to the store, prepare, get groceries, get everything we need to have in the house. Hurricanes are kind of the same way. We have time here in our area to know. I just checked today, and as of today, we don't have any major hurricanes that are out in the Atlantic that could cause an issue to our area. And where do I go to check? I go to Ed Piotrowski. He's one of the local meteorologists here in the area, and he actually has turned it into something fun starting it last year, where if we don't have a major storm that comes through the area, he's gonna have a pizza party. We didn't have a major one come through last year, and so he had a huge pizza party down at the Myrtle Beach Pelican Stadium where hundreds and hundreds of people came, and he got to have 2 free slices of pizza from a lot of our local vendors here in the Myrtle Beach area. This year so far, he basically gives his updates now on the tropical storms and depressions and hurricanes and everything that's out in the Atlantic, and basically sums it up on the last line like this. So I just kind of skim over all the stuff at the top and go to the bottom line where it basically says pizza party's still intact. So we can have a lot of fun here in our area with hurricanes. It's something you want to be prepared for, but just know it's not going to be the end of the world if one comes through. The sixth thing on our list is something that I struggle and deal with on a regular basis, and that is allergies. I did not realize how bad my allergies were until I moved to the Myrtle Beach area. I'm at the point right now where I'm basically taking an allergy pill at night and in the morning using a nasal spray for the allergies because it's that intense at times. So if you're someone who struggles with allergies, just know that when you move to the Myrtle Beach area, you're going to struggle with them here as well. What does that mean? me, you're gonna be taking the meds, you're gonna be taking the nasal sprays, all of those things in the area. As I mentioned a few numbers back, allergies are something bad in the springtime here. We have what we call pollen season. It's really not spring anymore, it's really just pollen season, where it can make your car go from being a beautiful color to this yellowish green color in a matter of moments. During that season, we hope and pray for rains to come to wash it all away. And it's amazing how I will notice on the days that it doesn't rain in a row and the pollen's real high, I'm having troubles with getting congested and coughing and all those things. But then as soon as that rainstorm comes through the next day, I can breathe again perfectly fine. So just know, allergies can be a little extreme here in our area, but it's okay. With the right medications, you'll be all right too. Number 7 on our list is the new construction that's taking place here in the area. Guys, we have so much new construction taking place in new neighborhoods being built, new commercial projects taking place all up and down the Grand Strand. When I moved here in 1998, there were so many different parts of Myrtle Beach that were just forest and greenery. And all of those areas are being taken down now and having all types of things being built up in their place. Why is that? There is such a demand of people wanting to move to the area. Each and every year, thousands and thousands of people are relocating to Myrtle Beach and its surrounding areas from other parts of the country because they want to enjoy our low taxes. They want to be able to enjoy our low cost of living and the great weather and, of course, the beach that we have to offer here. So because there's such a great demand, we're going to continue to build and build and build to try to fill that demand on a regular basis. So just know that while you're traveling around town, you're going to be running through construction zones. It's possible that the houses are going to be being built near you on a regular basis, which means you might hear some nail guns going off throughout the day. You might hear people sawing and all kinds of things taking place on a regular basis. And that's just because we are trying to keep up with the construction and the demand for people wanting to move to our area. The 8th thing on our list that you need to realize is that traffic in our area can be a major pain in the you-know-what. Getting around town, especially during high tourist season, is very, very difficult at times. So what does that mean? Number 1, whenever you're traveling, do me a favor, put your phone down. Don't try to text while doing it because you're distracted. You're not paying attention. And well, the tourist who's in town too, they don't know where they're going and they're pulling tourist lefts on a regular basis. That means they're in the right lane driving along and they see the restaurant over there and they do a quick left across 3 lanes into the left turn lane. You turn back to get in the parking lot. They're not paying attention to what's around them a lot of times, and it can cause all types of accidents. The other thing, give yourself an extra 5 to 10 minutes when you're traveling, and at all costs, try to avoid, whenever possible, Highway 501. Especially during tourism times and during holiday weekends, you just want to stay away from those areas. If at all possible, enjoy your weekends at home, and you're gonna have a much better life. Take those things into consideration when it comes to traffic, and things are going to be much smoother for you. Number 9 on our list is Cuisine. Myrtle Beach has tons and tons of restaurants in the area to check out and enjoy. And there's so many different franchises and food chains that run throughout our area that at times it can be a little intimidating. You know, there was a statistic that I read many years back that stated you could eat 3 meals a day for a year and a half and never eat at the same restaurant twice. So what does that mean? There's so many options that are out there for you that it can be a little overwhelming at times and you don't know where to pick. So what do you pick? You pick the ones that are comfortable, the things that you're familiar with from where you live right now. And you end up missing some of the great things that Myrtle Beach has to offer. I've done actually now 2 videos talking about the local restaurant list. I'm gonna link to the newest one right here that you can check out. And it goes through my top 10 restaurants that you want to check out here in the Myrtle Beach area. These are places where the locals go to eat. They're not franchises, they're not chains, they're not places where you're gonna sit for 2 to 3 hours waiting to get a table to have subpar food and not so stellar service. These are the places you want to check out to eat, and you're going to enjoy some of the greatest things Myrtle Beach has to offer. And the final thing on our list today is Myrtle Beach. It's a tourist town. There are tourists that are here basically now year-round. When I moved to the Myrtle Beach area back in 1998, Tourism season basically started around April, May and ran through August. Then it became a little bit longer and it bumped up into March and into February. And then it started to bump a little bit the other way, and all of a sudden we went from August to adding September and October and November for golf season. Well, now Myrtle Beach has basically become a year-round destination for people from around the country. No longer is it just people visiting here from North Carolina and from the Northeast. We're getting people that are visiting here from California, from the Pacific Northwest. People from Florida are coming up here. So many people are coming to visit Myrtle Beach on a regular basis because it has so many things to offer. It's very affordable, and there's a lot of great things to do here in the area. So people are coming from all over the country to Myrtle Beach on a regular basis. What does that mean? As someone who lives here, we're gonna have to deal with the tourists. If we wanna go to a restaurant, we need to make sure that we're not going to those places that the tourists love to go, instead picking the local spots. When we're traveling somewhere, learning the back roads to take so that we don't have to deal with traffic on Highway 501 or on Ocean Boulevard or 17 Business in downtown Myrtle Beach. We have to learn those local traffic ways to get around and sneak around, and the shortcuts, as my wife likes to call them, to get around the beach. And if we can learn these things and take into consideration all of that and understand that, well, we live in a tourism town, and those tourists are what actually help to fund and keep Myrtle Beach thriving each and every year. If it wouldn't be for the millions upon millions of people who visit this beach each and every year, Myrtle Beach would not be able to have all that it has to provide for people. So remember all of those things. Take a little bit of time, take a deep breath, and know it's okay, and you're gonna be fine. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video on 10 things you must know before moving to Myrtle Beach. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, get that bell on, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.